The Dyatlov Pass Incident is one of the most mysterious and chilling events in the history of mountaineering. On the night of February 2nd, 1959, a group of 9 experienced hikers, led by Igor Dyatlov, were trekking through the Ural Mountains in Soviet Russia. They were headed to Otorten, a mountain in the northern Ural Range. These hikers, all students from the Ural Polytechnic Institute, were highly skilled and familiar with the challenges of outdoor expeditions. But when their bodies were eventually found, scattered across the mountain, their deaths raised many questions that remain unanswered to this day. The hikers had set out on a 10-day trip in harsh winter conditions, and everything seemed to be going smoothly. The group was well prepared, with the right equipment for the trek, and there were no indications that anything would go wrong. But when they failed to return, a search party was sent out. When the rescuers reached the campsite, they found a scene that made no sense. The hikers' tent was found ripped open from the inside, suggesting that the group had fled the tent in a hurry. They had left their shoes behind and were wearing little clothing, despite the freezing cold temperatures. The bodies were found at different locations, some with severe injuries, including broken bones and head trauma. Some of the hikers had missing eyes, and one of them was even missing a tongue. What could have caused such strange and violent injuries? And why did the hikers flee in such a hurry? Over the years, numerous theories have been put forward to explain the Dyatlov Pass Incident. Some people suggest that an avalanche occurred and that the group was forced to flee in a panic to avoid being buried by the snow. Others believe that the hikers may have been attacked by wild animals or that they became disoriented and made poor decisions in the freezing conditions. However, none of these explanations seem to fully account for the bizarre injuries the hikers sustained and the strange circumstances of their deaths. One theory that has persisted, however, is that the Dyatlov Pass Incident was a result of a government experiment. This theory suggests that the hikers stumbled upon a secret military test or operation, which led to their deaths. The Soviet Union was notorious for its secrecy during the Cold War, and there were many reports of unusual military activity in the area at the time. Some believe that the hikers' deaths were the result of an accidental exposure to some sort of secret government experiment involving chemical or biological agents, radiation, or even new military technology. The Soviet Union was known for conducting secret experiments on its own people, often without their knowledge or consent. The most infamous of these experiments was the Soviet nuclear program, which involved testing nuclear weapons in remote areas. Some have speculated that the hikers might have unknowingly entered a restricted area where these tests were being conducted. It's possible that they were exposed to harmful radiation or chemicals, which explain the strange injuries found on their bodies. For example, some of the hikers showed signs of radiation burns, and there were reports of an odd metallic smell in the air around the campsite. The idea that the Dyatlov Pass Incident was a result of a government experiment also fits with the secrecy surrounding the case. The Soviet authorities initially made little effort to investigate the incident, and when they did, the investigation was hasty and incomplete. Many of the hikers' personal belongings were confiscated, and the official cause of death was quickly ruled as unknown force or compelling natural force, which left many questions unanswered. Even when documents related to the case were declassified years later, the government never offered a full explanation for what happened, fueling speculation about the involvement of secret military projects. One of the most disturbing aspects of the incident is the state of the hikers' bodies. The injuries they sustained were not consistent with an avalanche or animal attack. Some of the hikers had crushed skulls and broken ribs, but there were no external wounds to explain the trauma. One of the hikers, Lyudmila Dubinina, had her eyes and tongue removed, which led some to speculate that she had been involved in a ritualistic killing or that she had been subjected to some kind of medical experiment. Another theory suggests that the injuries were caused by a sonic weapon or some sort of directed energy weapon that was being tested in the area. This type of weapon could have caused the hikers to experience intense physical pain, leading them to flee in panic, only to succumb to their injuries later. Moreover, there were reports of strange lights seen in the sky around the time of the incident. Some of the hikers' families and friends claimed to have seen glowing orbs hovering over the mountain on the night of the incident. This has led to further speculation that the hikers' deaths were the result of some sort of secret military technology or that they had accidentally come into contact with a classified experiment. The lights could have been part of a government test, or they could have been caused by the hikers' exposure to radiation or chemicals. Either way, the strange lights, combined with the unusual injuries, add to the mystery and suggest that the Dyatlov Pass incident was no ordinary accident. As time has passed, the Dyatlov Pass incident has become one of the most enduring mysteries of the 20th century. While many theories have been proposed, no one knows for certain what happened to the hikers. The government's reluctance to provide a full explanation has only fueled the belief that there is something more to the story. In recent years, interest in the case has surged, with new investigations and documentaries examining the details of the incident in an effort to uncover the truth. What is clear is that the Dyatlov Pass incident was not just a tragic accident. It was a mysterious event that has left unanswered questions and lingering doubts. The possibility that the hikers were victims of a government experiment or that they were caught in the middle of some secret military project adds a sinister layer to the story. Whether the hikers were exposed to dangerous chemicals, radiation, or military technology, or whether they stumbled upon something they should not have, their deaths remain a chilling reminder of the dangers of secrecy and the lengths to which governments will go to protect their secrets. To this day, the Dyatlov Pass incident remains a topic of fascination for researchers, conspiracy theorists, and armchair detectives. Theories about what really happened continue to evolve, and the case remains a haunting reminder of the unknown and the unexplained. The government's role in the incident, whether direct or indirect, has yet to be fully revealed, leaving the Dyatlov Pass tragedy as one of the most haunting mysteries of modern history. Whether or not the truth will ever be uncovered is uncertain, but the case continues to captivate and puzzle those who dare to investigate it.